It's Madden NFL 23, and we'll get a look at the Penguin, Jalen Waddle. And with him, any catch could be a big one. He's the NFL leader in touchdown receptions. It's the Saints and the Bills, coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the New Orleans Saints and the Buffalo Bills. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you take a look at the Bills entering play here. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Saints, they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4.
And they had it easy last.
And we are underway in Buffalo. Taking it about the 1. So here come the Bills on offense for the first time. They'll have a former Heisman Trophy winner calling the shots, hailing from the island of Oahu in Hawaii, Marcus Mariota.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw 1 touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
Flushed out right, and he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. They'll run with a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22. Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. To throw Mariota. And this is going to be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They will be led out by the former Heisman Trophy winner back in 2016. Always a handful to contain, Lamar Jackson.
And they are in rhythm on offense because of him. I mean, right now he's got everything going the way he wants to, finding the receivers the way he wants to, looking over defenses. No interceptions is the number I lock in on. Before a touchdown pass isn't so bad either.
Yeah, what a game he had last week. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 44. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. The first carry now for Tony Pollard. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
On 3rd down, Jackson. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And he is going to have a Saints 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. The Saints at 12-3 now on the year. And they're coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. on third down. They're going to run for it here. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now Harrison Butker for the field goal try. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. Butker's kick here is good. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. So here come the Bills out for their second drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third. The Bills send the punter out, standing just outside his own goal line. It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return, and out will come the offense as they take over. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop it behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. To throw is Jackson. It's complete to Brown, right side. He's got room at the 30. Still going. Touchdown! Marquise Brown hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to extend their lead. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big streak like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead grows to 10-0. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's Hollywood Marquise Brown who finishes it off with the touchdown.
Harrison Butker is set to kick off.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. Fields it right around the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. Mariota. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and 5 at the 32-yard line.
Now a give, running left is Harris, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Mariota, and that is incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
This is taken at the 23. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And they will take over first and 10. The Saints coming out now to take the field. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it first and 10. Jackson. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And he'll push forward for a couple to the 34.
And that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
Well, how about the challenge we're seeing here in this game early? Man coverage against some fleet receivers. That time, the defense won.
A Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a first and 10. On first and 10, here's Mariota. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down. Now Mariota. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. And for the Saints here on third down, an extra defensive back on the field. Working out of the gun, Mariota steps away to his left. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. The Saints with a football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a first and 10. Here's Pollard again. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up second and 5. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. This offense on third down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Jackson now. Throw left side complete. That's Brown. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even third down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw is taken in by Waddle. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And he'll be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 38. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Trying to run for it with Pollard. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try and run right on the option. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Now a timeout here, an injured player, and that's Jalen Waddle, who seems to be in some discomfort. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's down into the red zone at the 15 after a gain of 15. 1st and 10.
That is definitely what we call our defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Hollywood, Marquise Brown with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Saints go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. Butker now to add the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So that drive spans 13 plays, and it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Bills ready to take over. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Steps away. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far, offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
Let's take it inside his own 40. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10. The New Orleans offense set to take over. The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
They go play action with Jackson. And that's going to be caught downfield by Chark. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. He got 29 yards that time.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Lamar Jackson keeping it himself from 8 yards out. And the Saints continue to pull away here in this first half. Butker on for the PAT. And the lead is now 24. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Bills going to take over again on offense. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be a possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Mariota. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Harris. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Mariota again. Rolling to his left. Open man is Ayuk, complete. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To throw is Mariota. His throw incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing is Mariota. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And he's going to have a 1st down here as they're also into field goal range at the 28.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
Looking again for Waller, and he's got it again. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. This is first and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Throwing, Mariota. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. So I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hand?
So that challenge, a successful one. Elliott good with a PAT, and that'll make it 24-7. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. Now Jackson on first down. And that is incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Jackson. Shakes off the sack. Forced out to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll start over in Texas at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. And it's the Cowboys who are out in front. Aaron Jones with 2 touchdown runs. From there, we head east to Tennessee. Check on the Titans at home in Nashville. And they trail the visiting Colts as that one's gone to the intermission. George Pickens, a touchdown catch in that first half. Finally, let's get down to Miami to see what's going on with the Dolphins. And they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting Carolina Panthers. Mike Williams, a touchdown reception. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Saints. And the ground game has been a big part of why they have this big lead. And you have to figure they'll lean on it a little bit more in the 3rd and 4th quarters. Meanwhile, for the Bills, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football.
All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late-season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And the Saints set to go here to begin the 3rd quarter. They go play action now. Jackson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A very solid gain of 27. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 48-yard line. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Room here to run. Past the 20. Touchdown, New Orleans.
I know I should keep the focus and the spotlight on the hero that just scored, but tackling's been an issue for this defense all game long. I can't set that aside. We just saw it again here. Missed tackles leads to his long touchdown run.
Butker now to add the extra point. And the lead is now 24. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And a long run there in the end to top it off. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Out come the Bills as we take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
Hey, you're impressed, aren't you?
I am impressed. That means 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, correct? But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games? Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadrupled. And that's where we are right now to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. So the completion good for just 3. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he's going to have a Bills first down as he's got this up to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Mariota to throw it. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. From the gun, Mariota. They'll find Ayuk open right side. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Here's Mariota. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down from the red zone now. Mariota. It's brought in by Harris. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
To throw, Mariota. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And the Bills are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. On play action, Mariota. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. They'll throw again. Mariota. That's swung out wide to Harris. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Offside, defense.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
3rd and goal, Mariota. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Brandon Ayuk from 3 yards out. And the Bills are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. So a very important first drive of the 3rd quarter, Charles, and it's safe to say a much-needed touchdown.
Which leads to the question, where was this in the first half? Because if they'd had a few more drives like that, they wouldn't be in this situation. But that is the kind of drive that sends a message to the other side. We're going to be here, and we're going to battle you to the end.
Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one player ready, because you may need multiples throughout a ball game. There's a great example right there.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. Jackson. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
The throw down the field, caught by his running back. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 18 there, and the Saints have a 1st down. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. 102 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So the 14 yards actually takes him from 143 to the other for 1st and 10. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Jackson. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And he's got a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bills' 28. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
And the Saints 1st down.
Play action. Now Jackson. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot.
Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Ambry Thomas. And the Bills are going to have it here just past the 25. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, 3rd quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Harris running straight ahead. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. On 3rd down, Mariota. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he is going to have a Bills 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as back now here on EA Sports. The Bills have the football, but they trail here as we begin quarter number 4. Mariota on 1st down. Over the middle, it's complete. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
To throw again on 2nd down. Mariota. That's caught by Waller out left side. He's got room at the 30. Down the left sideline. And he's going to get this all the way down to the 2 before he's wrestled out. A big play there on the catch and run. 51 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Harris. Diving for the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown. So it is back now to a 10-point spread, and you have to imagine they'll line up and go for 2.
Oh, no question about it. If they can get this to an 8-point game, they can make things awfully interesting here in these last few minutes.
So now an important conversion attempt here as the Bills line up to go for 2. They're going to run it with Harris. And they will get back to within 1 score as he is into the end zone, and the lead's cut to 8 here in the 4th. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This taken in at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Out comes the Saints offensive unit and the NFC playoff race. Let's have a look at it. And you can see, as many of you already know, they have clinched the NFC South. But as it stands, Charles, they would still need to host a game on Wild Card Weekend.
And that's a good thing for them because coming out of your division, getting to the playoffs with an opportunity to host to start the playoffs, that's a pretty good way to get things going. Whoever came out of this division, we knew that they were going to be playoff ready, and this team certainly is.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 3rd and 4. This crowd urging on their defense. They're up and making noise. Throwing is Jackson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is going to have a Saints first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6. Now it's Jackson. This will be caught. It's Waddle. Touchdown, New Orleans. Jalen Waddle, 65 yards. And the Saints are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they may be giving up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead is up to 15 now. So that drive, 4 plays. And it was finished off by a Jalen Waddle touchdown. Taking it about the 1. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Bills offense back out onto the field. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why?
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Throwing is Mariota. And he comes back with 1 complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Mariota. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys have been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along. If you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
The Saints on third down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he's fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
The open man is Shark. It's complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Now Jackson taps this forward. Jet sweep. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Marquise Brown with career touchdown number 70. And the Saints are on their way to a 13th win on the year as they add on to their lead. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up the secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this.
You see this a lot on corner blitzes because they don't often get a shot at the quarterback, so they want to take it when they can. But this time, the hit came too late. Easy call for the official.
Mariota now to throw on 1st down. He'll buy some time right. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. After the incomplete pass here now is 2nd and 10.
He was covered by Jair Alexander.
Now Mariota. And his throw here's incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Mariota to throw it. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. And they went empty backfield, and because of that, nobody was there to pick up the blitz.
And you know that offenses, when they go to the empty backfield, they have different things designed on every play to try to account for things. But what people often forget, defense is audible as well. And a lot of times when they see an empty backfield, they all go right into a blitzing situation.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. Stalls out on 4th down. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. This this one complete to his fullback out of the backfield.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Taylor Rapp with a pick.
And the Bills are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
Following the interception here, Mariota. He gets it complete to Harris. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Mariota. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Desperation time. Mariota on 4th down. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it'll be a turnover on downs. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
On the move to his left. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Got a man, it's Waddle, complete.
And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7.
Not the 1st and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground.
They'll look to throw here. Touchdown, Saints. A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Saints up the lead to 4 scores now here in this 4th quarter.
Solid response that time by a young quarterback. Last drive, interception. This drive, the touchdown pass.
I like how you described it, solid, because you don't get extra kudos for bouncing back if you're going to be a big-time quarterback. You're supposed to do that. But at the same time, when you're a rookie, that's not guaranteed, is it? Sometimes they hang their heads and they go in the tank a little bit. Not in this case. Bounced back, took his team downfield, and threw a touchdown pass.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Throwing, Mariota. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
Kyle Hamilton picks it. And the Saints come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Saints,
they continue to show they're playoff ready as they move to 13-3 with one game remaining.